Hello there, lovely people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to the channel. And I am going to be speaking like this because I am unwell. I just want to do like a morning thoughts episode after some time. Uh, just want to tell you what's happening because I'm human being. It's important for some of you also. You guys like my updates and all that. This is not going to be fragrance review. I already covered a couple of fragrances. If you have time, please do watch them. These are fragrances I never covered before. One was this fragrance. Okay, today I did was called Neo Spice from Perfume.ad, Perfume.ae, sorry. And this is a clone of the One by Dolce& and Gabbana. So this is by Luxodor. Other one I did, Decant review from Tom Ford, Noir Extreme Parfum. This was a phenomenal fragrance. So I try to cover them because, I hate sitting idle and wasting days. I'm a reviewer. I try to keep up daily work. So when I miss out on a couple of days, I feel guilty. So let's just go one by one. I didn't actually talk about this. So I was out for like a couple of days, 3 days now. I've been sick. About 4 or 5 days back, tragedy struck our family, and we lost a grandmother. She was around, I think, 85 years old, and then she was actually in pain. So it was very sudden. She just passed away because I think she had a stroke, and then she had a lot of complications. So it was very difficult time for all of us. I usually do not go anywhere. I stay at home most of the time. I am very much like keep myself away from people, even family gatherings and all. It's not gonna sound right, but I stay away from socializing because again the heat and humidity issue in Bangladesh, the traffic jam. If you haven't been here, it's like very difficult to move from point A to point B. So usually I was supposed to go and see her like every weekend, but for some reason I couldn't find time. I feel horrible and I cried a lot. And I saw her before her last journey. I saw her face when she passed away, and our family was pretty broken. Everybody was like, their family members and all. It was very difficult. You guys can understand, but the link between me and her is not as close like my mom and hers, or my aunts, like aunties, or like her daughters and sons. So they were pretty broken, and they were pretty, of course, shaken up and all that. So I felt kind of grief, not just for her, also for my family members who were, you know very difficult. And the thing is, the weather was so horrible, like hot, humid, you're sweating a lot. I usually am not very fit guy. My immune system is pretty bad, and I was there from morning, from the hospital all the way to the final burial and all that. So basically what happened was I fell sick. I felt very, very, I don't know, exhausted, crying, all those things. And then I took like cold shower. I drank some cold water. That really did it for me. Together, the being upset and everything, I got fever, I got the sinus problem, the whole face hurts, like sometimes your nose gets blocked. Like blocked means blocked, you cannot breathe. And I was breathing through my mouth first 2 days, literally my mouth and my everything like dry. And I woke up with a dry tongue. If you do not know what that feels like, it's horrible. You feel like piece of paper in your mouth, and then I started taking medication the next day, but it takes time to recover. So I was out on the Eid day, and it's been difficult for the family because right before the Eid, such tragedy and all that. But I hope she's in a better place in the heavens. Please keep her in your prayers. Okay. So right now my voice is still like this. I'm recovering. Hopefully in few days time I'll be okay. But the weather is a little bit better in Bangladesh. But for the 1 month, we are having 42 degrees Celsius, 43 degrees, and that comes with not even just high humidity. It's like sickening weather. The moment you go out, even people who are the most fit ones, like in Bangladesh, they go out and then they come back home like 1 hour. They just came back and they already fall sick. Headache, dehydration, fever. People are fasting. So all these things were not really helping us, our cause, and this has been very difficult. Now it's raining a little bit cool weather, but still not that cold. So I spent the day of Eid, next day of Eid. We have 3 days of Eid, right? Today is the third day. I just had home food. My mom even cooked, like despite the tragedy, she see the care for children. My sister is away; they are away for holiday. They wish they could be here for the funeral, but they couldn't make it. They're very upset. So my mother cooks still. I don't know how she manages, because she was taking care of me because I was not well. So I just want to tell you, saying all these things, I have just one message for you. I know you guys live abroad. It's very difficult for you. Like if you're Bangladeshi or expats, it's difficult for you. You cannot travel even now and then, every now and then, like few years gap. Sometimes you don't get to see your family and all that. If you're attached to your family, if you care for a family, try to not make excuses. Try to make time for a family. Try to go back whenever you can. If you are from the States or you are some of the other countries you're from, I know the culture is not the same like ours. You guys sometimes maintain the distance. You like live separately and you hardly meet. You need like appointment to meet your parents. Perhaps break the barrier and then say hi once in a while. I know like all they care is like to hear say hi. Over the phone, your voice makes them happy. I've been very emotional when I'm seeing like these videos. People losing their family. Death is going to be a part. I know it's an upsetting topic, but it's unavoidable fact of life. We are eventually going to go one by one, and that's how life rolls, man. We are never going to be prepared for death. Never. We can never say enough things in condolence to people who lost. Okay, so all you have to be there is like stay there, be there, and whenever it's possible, be nice to people. Okay, I think that will really help. And all people care is to be, for you to be next to them. So what happens is they feel stronger when you feel alone. And then you have nobody. I saw a video like one girl, she's calling her um, brother or someone. She just lost her mother and she was like, mommy is gone, I just heard. And she couldn't be near her. No one was there, and this random neighbor comes and hugs her. I just fell apart. I just cried. So basically, unless you lose someone you do not know. But I also realized a lot of mistakes I did. I feel regret in many ways. I asked for forgiveness. I should have been there, more. But I remember a lot of these childhood memories. Like my grandma used to cook for me. She used to like give me eat salami. Salami means like you give gifts and all that. And she used to love me a lot. She used to love everybody a lot. So keep your family in prayers. Be a good person, good human being, and try to do as best as possible. Even if you are far from perfection, keep trying. So now talking about my health update, I really love doing reviews every day. You guys know that I am a kind of like a freak. I do at least 2 or 3 videos every day, and every month I do 50 videos around at least. Why do I do it? Because this is my work. People, if you do not know, if you haven't met my channel before, this is my work. I dedicate myself on YouTube reviewing. I have a Decant page. I have a marketplace that I run in Bangladesh, and also I have a like interest page which is called Fragcomm Bangladesh. So I maintain these 4 platforms, and I do have my admins, but I do a lot of my work on my own. I do running, I do reviews, then I run to do Decants, order, communicate with people. So when I cannot do create content, it has 2 effects. One thing is it makes me upset. Second thing is I lose pay from the AdSense and all that, because if you don't create new like content, what happens is your earnings start falling. And then if you go like 3-4 days break, and if you do not know, if you're a content creator, then only you'll know, and you see YouTube is not promoting your video so much, and they don't put so much ads. So even if you later try to recover, it will take a long time. 4 or 5 days break will make you lose few $100. Okay, so it's crazy to think. So yeah, some of you will say, hey, think of your health first, do not worry about work can be done later. I understand, but I'm trying my best to rest. So a few things I would like to end with is that fragrances nowadays, I'm really at times I feel tired. Okay, I thought of giving up this fragrance game once last month. And why did I think of it? Because I was thinking like, it's getting me a little bit tired, because of all the running. It's like you do your office, right? You go run for your work, and you catch your metro or drive every morning. This is your routine. Everybody has to work some point, and I'm pretty sure many of you feel tired because even if you sleep, you feel like you haven't had enough rest. Okay, you haven't had enough sleep. So what is the solution from this? Maybe you should take your time off and then do some holiday, spend some time elsewhere in the nature with your family or your friends. Try something different. And I did. I got into the shoe game. I'm not buying very expensive ones, but I'm buying like some sneakers. I ended up buying a lot of them. But buying, if it makes you happy and spending the money, you are still part of the process. You're that vicious circle. So even if it's not perfume, it's something else. You have to spend to become happy. That's not a good sign. So what I try to do, I try to eat well. Food actually is a very good thing. Food makes you happy and keeps you healthy. But at the same time, you need to be this other person that you are usually not. And what does it mean? You have to go out of your way to do things that you don't like doing. Maybe go out in the nature, or meet your family and friends, socialize a little bit, once in a while. Check on how people are. Forget about you. think of them, what are the struggles like. I talk to some of my relatives, and what I realized, like, so many of the people are going through tough times, not just me. I'm thinking like it's just me, physical unwellness. A lot of my family members have a lot of issues, and they have financial issues, struggles. They have a lot of worries. Some of them are saving up to buy a car, but the car price have gone high so much due to the war effect and everything. So people are not really, like, always, bed of roses. So I understand that everybody's struggle is real, and people have go through depression, tough times, especially difficult for people who are the earners, breadwinners, married people, fathers, mothers. So I tell myself I am okay, because life is going to be like this, some good days, some bad days. But most importantly, you learn your lesson, and then, try to do something else. So when I was talking about perfume thing, there was a time I stopped buying fragrances. Like for some 2 months, I did not buy that many perfumes. You saw me doing a lot of lists and all that. For me, I was thinking I have a lot of fragrance. I can just rotate them, create content, I can make the money. But it's kind of like also not fair for my audience. Some of you are like, you're doing too many commercial, this useless list. I know, but then nobody's gonna come to me and then, offer me like a few $100 bill. Okay, no one's gonna pay my bills. Okay, I have to do that. So I try to combine it. I bought some decants, I bought some perfumes, some cheap ones, I got some gifts I borrowed from some people. So if you have a wish, you have a way. That's how I'm doing my reviews. But I'll tell you one thing: if the perfume game, it's getting to you like it's not enjoyable anymore, take a break. Do something else. Like go fishing. Go fishing if you're in the like overseas. If you'll go drive, go stay in place like there's not many people, or go boating. Whatever that makes you happy. Go for a bike ride. I know some of my brothers love to ride bikes. And maybe another thing, if you can afford, go to a different country. Kind of disconnect yourself like from people. Just go from social network. Don't update. And when you go there, and sometimes it does work like a therapy. You see other things. You just see new things. You go like see their food, culture, culinary experience, or like, let's say, people, how their life is. Like animals, shelter homes, old folks home. You will just feel like, oh, it's not always just about me. There are other people who is in need, who have a story to tell. So I'll tell you one thing: distract yourself. It's physical well-being and mental well-being, both are important. And please do take care of your health, because only in a good body you have a good health and good mind, right? It's easy for me to say, sometimes easy for me to smile right here, but I understand a lot of you go through depression, like off the screen. And I know many of you tried to video. Sometimes you go through such tough times, and do share with us if you need like a, like ears. I'll be all here. So you can message me, inbox me if you don't like to talk over the phone. And like you share, you feel much lighter. So thanks to some of my brothers, recent times, I really really am grateful to you. Like Aromatics Neeb. Okay, Neeb is one standout guy. He has such a wise head on top of his shoulder. Man, this guy, I think, is much younger than me, but he is, man, that, talking to him, I feel so much better, and he shares with me a lot of stuff. And I don't know him for very long, but I can connect to him. Such a good soul, and honest soul. So I think to get out of all the troubles, we have to be also a little bit of honest. Okay, like honest as in like with our emotions, how we feel and how we interact. There must be like a consistency, right? As long as you're honest, if we don't always have to say we are okay. If you're not okay, it's okay. If you cry, you cry, man. I do not cry a lot like in many places where I'm supposed to, but at times I just let myself go, because it takes out a lot of things that's piled inside, right? So yeah, this has been a talk, nothing to do with fragrances, but do what makes you happy, and do not do just one thing. Try to do everything in life. Try to make a balance, and go out in the nature, walk, give yourself also a break, be nice to yourself, and also family. Okay, if your family is okay and you're okay with your family, like as long as you have your parents still with you, you're very very lucky. Okay, so have a nice day. Thanks for watching. I'll just finish the video here. Hopefully I could make my point. I want to share these words with you. That's what the loss taught me, right? So I pray for her. I pray for all the departed soul. I pray for all your parents. If you are, you lost your parents or a family member, husband, wife, children, even your pet, I pray for you. I know you guys all have scars. Okay, but everything's going to be okay in time. Be patient. Okay, and let God help us all. Take care. I'll see you soon. Have a nice day. Bye bye.